That was horrible. Let's create the subtitles, and it's gonna be ready in a minute. Let me look at your comments. On board than us from her. Oh, this is nice. I have access to all your comments here, and your comments and reactions. Comments and reactions that you can, and I can also ban people here. I can also ban people here. Okay, let me see if I have just mute this. Okay, let's see what Bill. Oh, Bill, you look like you haven't been to the island in a while. You miss the island, Bill? You look not so good, man. What happened? It's like, yeah, Bill misses the island. You know which island I'm talking about. You know that we should be totally unfiltered. The Epstein Island. Oh my God, the one that absolutely did not hang himself. The one that absolutely did not hang himself. That is the strategy behind having a spare YouTube channel, so to speak. I should be able to say here whatever I want. I will try to go easy on the swearing. You know that I usually use my X account when I put every single F word, R word, whatever I want there. That is completely unfiltered. And I'm still, I used to be at 10% unfiltered level. I'm at 40% now. I don't, I think if I go beyond that, I could get canceled everywhere. But it's a good start. 40% unfiltered is a good start. You can't hack us in Georgia. Let's hear it, Bill. Let's hear what Bill has to say. What does Bill Clinton has to say, and why did he mess up?
You had a case in Georgia not very long ago, didn't you? They made an ad about it.
That voice is really bad, man.
A young woman who'd been killed by an immigrant. Yeah, well, if they'd all been properly vetted, that probably wouldn't have happened.
If they had been properly vetted, that wouldn't have happened. That is that a personal attack or something? It's like that meme that is out there. Is that a personal attack on Kamala's? Let me see. Let me if I can delete this. Okay.
Yeah, well, if they'd all been properly vetted, that probably wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, you know whose job was that? Properly vetted. All right, that is the job of the Border Patrol, the Department of Homeland Security. Maybe they would say, if so many people were crossing the border, you know, it would be easier for them to do their job. That would be one thing. It would be a great approach if they just closed the border, prevented more people from coming, so you can vet them in a proper way. You can filter immigration. You can get the criminals back, and you can actually, you know, the brains that any country needs. In this case, the United States, you have to filter them, and you can have to invite them to the country, but not let anybody who just knocks on your door. But these people not even knocked. They just crossed the border, and this is a problem of ad-libbing your lines. You don't know where you are. You know that I analyze Obama on my Body Language Guy channel, and he seemed angry. I don't know if he was angry at the black brothers that were not that keen on voting for Kamala, or he was angry that he had to, you know, come out from retirement and try to move the needle for Kamala, in which you know that at Kamala's camp, it is not confirmed officially, of course. There's no way to know this officially, but they must be really worried about Kamala's performance on those interviews. It's horrible. It's something that there are still a couple interviews more, and we will be talking about Time Magazine as well. Where my bookmarks. Time Magazine. Let's talk briefly about Time Magazine. That Harris declined repeated. This is Mark Benioff. Harris declined repeated questions for an interview for this story. In contrast, Trump talked about his policy vision with a Time reporter for 90 minutes. But we were talking about Bill Clinton. I want to make sure I classify these stories. So I just post them to my Body Language Guy channel if you want to watch them individually. So that's what Bill said, and maybe he realized, oh my God, I messed up. And what did old Bill say after that?
But if they're all properly vetted, and that doesn't happen, and America is not having enough babies to keep our populations up. Okay. So we need immigrants that have been vetted to do work.
You see that he realized that he fucked up. He realized that he fucked up, and then he was correcting course. That stupid argument. Since you have birth rates down, then you need immigration. No, if you have birth rates now, you stimulate people having babies and not killing them. That is a great distinction that you have to make. And I have to, now that I've been clear about that, yeah, in some instances like rape or incest or something that, well, abortion could be a solution, of course. If you know what happened, if you act fast, but not for, as a contraception, because some women just want an abortion to act like, I don't want to say the word, but you know what I'm talking about, right? That is not the way. So you are afraid, you are worried about the birth rates, and first thing that you should be thinking about is the economy. And if this economy is shit, that is the first thing that people are going to say, no, you know what? It's too expensive to have a baby. And the second thing is that you actively poison your population with the food, and you pass laws in which food companies can put in your food whatever they want. Then you're going to mess with the hormones of everyone, men and women and babies. Even if they try, even if they want to have babies, that's gonna be hard. So I am not a biologist, I'm not a specialist, but well, let's say that it only takes common sense. It only takes common sense for that. But all Bill just messed up with this one.
There wouldn't be a problem. And he couldn't keep people all torn up and upset.
What are you talking about? How many topics have you talked about in what? 33 seconds. 33 seconds. Here we go again.
You had a case in Georgia not very long ago, didn't you? They made an ad about a young woman who'd been killed by an immigrant. Yeah, well, if they'd all been properly vetted, that probably wouldn't have happened. But if they're all properly vetted, and that doesn't happen, and America is not having enough babies to keep our populations up.
You see that he corrected curse. It was at that moment, it was at that pause, when people were laughing, that he did exactly this. Let me see if I can do my, use my super duper. Let's see, I want to use my super duper technology here. Just for a second, how to do this, how to do a couple of things, brush controls. I just want to point out the moment that he realized that he had messed up, and there was one emotional reaction that I want to point out. And yeah, that's it. And I can point this with my magic pencil. Like Big Mouse, I have a magic pencil here. I've been practicing with this. No, that is not what I wanted. Okay, this is much better. And we have to scrub here. He was talking about it. And this is when he knows he messed up. And all right, well, if they had been bettered, and that tiny tongue jot, he was he knew that he messed up big time, and he had to keep talking. Like you have to keep going, Bill. You have to keep going. You have to fix it. But you know, the internet is forever, and you cannot take your words back. And that's what happens. You have to vet. You have to, check what you let inside the country. Let me see if this is the right button. Sometimes I'm gonna mess up. All right, this was the right button. I'm still trying to use this Wacom tablet to make annotations. I have to use it to practice it more. And these people are desperate. We are desperate for many things. It's really sad to see Bill Clinton, that he has to be out there doing this. This guy is it's not that he's old. It's not a problem that he's old, but you know that it's obvious that he's low on energy. Low on energy. He doesn't want to be doing this. He's all over the place. That's why he makes these mistakes, and that's why it gets on tape. And that's why you see Obama with the worst possible attitude, as in you should be voting Kamala in one way or another. And what did Kamala say, by the way? What did Kamala say, by the way? It's something that she said.